Another Chrome extension. This one's pretty gross. $7 million in crypto stolen. Trust Wallet confirmed that a compromised Chrome extension update. Oh man. All right. Trust Wallet confirmed that a compromised Chrome extension update released on December 24 led to 7 million in stolen cryptocurrency after users reported their wallets drained. What was the issue with the extension on the 24th of December? What in this update made it so that people altogether lost $7 million? Oh wow. Okay, so the it is not Trust Wallet who updated the version of the extension. It was actually the hackers who submitted a new version. So that there is very little that you can do against these types of things, because if Trust Wallet is a reputable provider, there are no reasons for you to expect that um, a new update would affect your machine. That's pretty scary. So that's why you should never actually use extensions. You should just use the bare minimum. And because usually they can get pretty extensive permissions, they can do a lot. So you should use extensions as little as possible. At the same time, Bleeping Computer observed threat actors launching phishing domains that promised a bogus vulnerability fix, will instead further drain victims' wallet. There's a lot of things that usually go around Christmas. People are less attentive, or there's more going on, so there are chances that you pass through the noise if you do these types of things. But don't do that. You don't want to raise your karmic debt. That would be pretty bad. And so, December 24th, multiple cryptocurrency users began reporting on social media that funds have been drained from their wallets shortly after interacting with the Trust Wallet Chrome browser extension. It has now confirmed that at least 7 million in crypto was stolen in the supply chain attack. Trust Wallet is a widely used non-custodial cryptocurrency wallet that allows users to store, manage, and interact with digital assets across multiple blockchains. The wallet is available as a mobile app and as a Chrome browser extension used to interact with decentralized applications. More and more people are complaining about money disappearing from their browser extension immediately after simple authorization. The amount of damage has already exceeded 2 million. Earlier posts posted a user while sharing posts from those claiming to be victims of the extension update. Security analyst Akinator warned everyone to refrain from using the Trust Wallet Chrome extension in the meantime. So, Bleeping Computer confirmed that the version 2.68 of the Chrome extension was the one that was pushed by hackers. As complaints and warnings escalated online, Bleeping Computer reached out to Trust Wallet for clarifications and confirmation of a possible security incident. While we did not receive an immediate response, observed that version 2.69 of the Trust Wallet extension was quietly released shortly afterwards on the Chrome Web Store. The thing is that even though they released a new version, if they're unsure of the way that hackers were able to update the version on their own and published a hacked version, they could do it again. And so this here is pretty scary. I would just remove the extension altogether. Within hours following the incident, security researchers identified suspicious code present in version 268. The suspicious logic appears in a bundled JavaScript file named 4482.js, which contains tightly packed code that appears to exfiltrate sensitive wallet data to an external server hosted at api.metrics-trustwallet.com. Look at that. Did they try to make the domains as close to something that would be legitimate? So if you were to look through Wireshark, the packet traffic, and just know that it's supposed to go to Trust Wallet, I mean, most likely you wouldn't, no red flags would be raised here, you know? You got to be so careful. So here's what's happening. In the browser extension, a recent update added hidden code, blah, blah, blah. It pretends to be analytics, but it tracks wallet activity and triggers when a C phrase is imported. The data was sent to this domain. A domain registered days ago and now down. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Well, most likely the domain is still registered. Damn. So they registered it on the 8th, a couple of weeks ago. What's all of that, man? The 8th. Bro, a little over 2 weeks ago. It goes so fast. Things go so fast. Because you need to monetize, right? They need to make so much money with it. So you gotta go fast. But that's crazy. So they had their whole thing set up, right? Fuck. This is an operation. There's so much money making potential. And people do things, people do mistakes, things are broken. This is never gonna stop. The presence of a newly registered external metrics endpoint inside a browser wallet extension is highly unusual, given the extension's privileged access to wallet operations and sensitive data. And so, because it is a cryptocurrency wallet, it pertains to this type of things. There's a lot regarding that would seem all right, but the fact that it has a new endpoint called metrics, that's scary. And so that's how they were able to identify the code. Security researcher Andrew Mohawk, earlier doubtful of the claim, eventually confirmed that the endpoint was associated with secrets exfiltration. Public Whois records. This is the thing that we just saw. What? Thanks. The Whois a record shows that the parent domain was registered only a few days prior to the incident. There's no public information that this domain is legitimately owned or operated by Trust Wallet. Yesterday evening, Trust Wallet confirmed that a security incident had affected version 2.68 and advised users to update immediately to version 2.69. So this is where you get people that do not read the news, are not up to date. They most likely would not know um, what the security incident is and keep trusting Trust Wallet. This is a pretty scary attack. There's little the user could do here except not using the extension. So this is where you're gonna see most likely more often than not. If you want to be really secure, if you want to be really private, just don't use that shit. While users were scrambling for information and guidance, Bleeping Computer observed a parallel phishing campaign, taking advantage of the ongoing panic. Yeah. Oh, no fucking way. Concern users to a suspicious domain fix-trust wallet. What the fuck? Oh my god. All right. The site closely impersonated Trust Wallet branding and claimed to fix a security vulnerability in Trust Wallet. After clicking the update button, however, users were presented with a pop-up form requesting their wallet recovery seed phrase, which functions as a master key granting full control over a wallet. So this is just adding more steps, getting more involved, right? So this scenario here, it presented another step to the attack. So people must have taken a minute, right, to think about that. Is that it? Is that it? That's bad. All right, whatever. And so it almost feels like a heist, right? They actually planned another step that will only work, because of the first attack. And eventually, if we ever get, smart enough to prevent this type of second step, they're just gonna add a third step. You know, we're always playing the cat and mouse with them. But to be honest, you should just not use extensions. The bare minimum.